through the list of all these suspects, and I'm going to tally all of your votes. First suspect is Lady Godiva. Any votes to cast her as the murderer?
Right here. Come on, get him up, get him up. Oh, he did it. Lady Godiva. Yes. Oh, he did it. Absolutely. Come on, guys, let's get him up.
Motive capital M.
Cadbury. Zero Lint. You would do anything. Ruffles.
There's a few men back there voting twice. Remember, Chuckles, only I can prevent narcissism.
Milky Way. Yes, Milky Way.
Saw him briefly. Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Armand Joy. 1, 2. Chocolata. Latte. Where? Yes, yeah. Sit next to Lady G.
She couldn't keep a secret if she did it.
5.
As mayor, I can say one thing. If I'm re-elected, there will be better interrogation couches than this one. You want to break me?
So what's the consensus? Well, we have one more suspect. Certainly not last. The mayor. Any votes for the mayor?
Thank you, my good people.
I think we helped the boy.
Any votes for the mayor?
See that? They trust me. Except for those that know me.
It's full of hot air.
So what's our consensus here?
So are you.
Truffles. Truffles. All these people seem to think you did it.
What didn't she do? Or who?
Murder? Maybe kidnapping? I see. Truffles. It's no secret that the relationship between you and your husband Zero is not necessarily the greatest relationship you've ever seen. You can ask that.
clear case of extortion. There's nothing in those papers, officer, nothing at all. But he was going to make a big deal out of it, make you look bad. So, yeah,
There's
I
some
was
things
looking at it.
in there that aren't exactly
Oh,
like they're off the
It's
law.
like a contract for tree work to me.
Look, if you want to know,
names in those papers as well.
bringing this stuff up is ridiculous. I saw truffles and Tadbury. You should want to know something. I saw this man with truffles in Zagnet's office, passionately kissing.
When was that? Who? During the time of murder?
During the time of the murder.
I told you I had an alibi.
I'm sorry.
Didn't want to say anything, but now it comes out because you bring that point up. So
Truffles?
now we've got to wonder what's going on with these two.
Which store? I'm sorry. Who?
With Cadbury.
Cadbury, is there something you forgot to tell us?
Oh, thank you. Well,
I have to say though, Zagnut came in just as we were getting started. He was not so happy, but it was Miss Truffles here who really seemed upset.
Miss Truffles, you were upset over being caught with somebody who wasn't your husband?
well, it's just that Zagnut, if you let me speak, it's just that Zagnut was always so very proper. He was concerned about his reputation, his name, which I must admit, he seemed to have such, he seemed to me to be so perfect and proper. And I knew that he would not understand what he called my horrible extramarital affairs, but so I was afraid he might tell Zero, but I was not ashamed. I just didn't want to hurt my Zero's feelings.
Are you accusing Zagnut of being the murderer?
No way! Did I do that?
Let's go back to papers. Zero, these papers you found. You went to Milky Way and you said, oh, Shane, you have these papers, and I'm going to rip them up and throw them away.
No, I didn't.
Whatever happened. What did you do?
Look, the dry cleaning business has been pretty slow. Okay, I tell everybody we're independable, but they're wiping us out. Yeah. So I told him that I had copies of it that I would keep for safekeeping, and that if he didn't pay me a certain amount, I mean, he bribes everyone. I figured I should have some of that money. Hey, listen, I got a child with Lady Godiva here who I want to provide for, and I wish we could be a family. As you said, it meant nothing to you, but I told you it meant a lot more to me. Okay, I wanted to put that money away in a trust for maybe.
What?
That's right. I wanted.
You were giving money that I was giving you to this woman?
Yeah, I also gave her a substantial amount so she would see that I was a better man
To
than
finance
I.
her Candyland and the land that I wanted to purchase?
Is that what you were doing with it? I gave you a lot. Look,
Oh, come on, it's obvious.
I told you when I gave you that money. First of all, I put some aside for Babe Ruth, but I gave you a substantial amount because I wanted you to see that I was a better man than Zagnut. What did you do with the money I gave you? Yes, I know, but what did you do with it? He said.
Zero, you giving her money you extorted from Milky Way?
Yes, I was.
How priceless. And then she's taking the money.
Unbelievable.
The money you gave from Zero.
Zero gave me some money and I put it in a trust fund for Baby Ruth. And then I took the money and we started up Candyland.
How priceless.
You were gonna use the money that
You
he's
paid
giving
for
you to
Candyland.
buy more of the land for Candyland. I love it. I
Man,
hate that.
anyway, you were financing your own land.
That's the detective here, lady.
Lady G, you're using extorted money. You're part of this crime. I can arrest him. I can arrest him.
You can't arrest
I
me
can
for
arrest
anything.
you.
Those were just business papers.
Excuse me, Detective Rollo Nuguez.
Yes, ma'am.
I did not know the money was extortion money. I thought Zero was giving me money for my beautiful, precious Baby Ruth.
I was. That's what he gave me.
And I thought he wanted me to excel in my dreams to open Candyland.
I did. That is exactly.
That's what I used the money for. I had no idea where he got it from or how he got it from.
and then Candyland would have been yours together with Baby Ruth, with Zagna gone. Isn't that true?
No, wait. No.
No, that's not the way it was supposed to work out. I'm sorry. No. No, it's not the way it was supposed to work out.
One more cheap candy and one more fancy wrapper.
What?
Zagna, another cheap candy like his, and one of those fancy wrappers.
John Wilder, you've been awfully quiet lately. I haven't heard a wild rumor in 10 minutes.
Well, I'm bored, frankly. I'm just becoming quite bored with the whole thing. It's all foolishness. Don't you act like you're so upset about this money. I know what you're upset about.
What's it?
I know you're upset because Truffles, well, she had a ring with you as well. But I know she broke your heart.
Oh, really?
It's getting to the point I'm not even surprised anymore.
Is there any guy who hasn't had an
Yeah.
trouble yet?
Yeah, right.
Put it on the hand around.
No, I haven't.
Neither has Zagna. And Zagna,
See, I know it.
I bet you Rick hasn't.
Oh, you have
You're right! Come on, are you having an affair with Truffles too?
Well, I'll admit it, and I'll admit I'm going to see my urologist next week. I've been having that.
That's a good thing to do.
well, I just don't know.
Mayor, why are you laughing? You had one more too.
I did not. That's exactly
I'm
right.
not that woman. I am Truffles.
Oh, look at it, it's the mayor's wife.
I have been faithful to my duties and my life.
I don't believe that. What kind of lies are you telling us here?
We
Thank
all
you,
know it's
Carmela.
true. Look at, he's been looking at her all night long. Besides,
Oh, it's easy way to find out.
she's here.
Hey, Truffles,
Yes, darling.
tell us about any particular marks that the mayor might have that only you could have seen if you were a little closer to him.
Yeah, I want to hear about these marks.
I think the mayor should stand up and expose those marks.
Lady Godiva first.
I just don't know what to say. I mean, aren't you concerned about the mayor's reputation? Why would you bring such a thing up into the open?
That's right.
I mean, really, what's going on
Scandalous.
here?
So, you had an affair with him?
Well, I consider that, yes, it was actually.
Consider your answer clearly, carefully.
Okay.
Remembering that that Carabella is up here. Carabella.
Well, that is
Parkinson.
true.
Oh, don't let this be the time you begin to lie. Just go.
Oh, I would never lie, you're right. Let me just say that, it was I considered it, part of my civic duty. After all, he had his needs, and sometimes it's important to minister his needs. As he ministers to my needs, I minister to his needs.
Truffles.
You got your guns at
This is Butterfingers. You're fired. Your husband's having an affair with Truffles. I tend to believe that that's true since everybody else has.
Well, I don't believe about these marks that you're talking about.
I had no time to look at them, I was otherwise.
Okay, it's true. We had a one-time thing.
Do it again.
Thank you, Bill. We will never be a unanimous group at this church. Never.
May I suggest one more time about 6 inches lower?
It was a one-time thing.
Oh, but what a time it was.
this?
Well, in the ladies' room.
This is a picture of Baby Ruth. This is a ransom note.
Oh, a ransom note?
They want to be paid $100 grand. $100 grand.
Here, I'll give 50.
Hey, gee, is that what you're doing?
Baby Ruth, this is my baby. Oh, my baby. Where's my baby? Who took my baby? I need to have the baby back.
Well, we'll get that.
The person who's always wanted a baby. And without this ransom picture.
Chuckles.
That is not true, you know
Did you say
what?
that, Baby Ruth?
You've always gone on about how we can't have kids.
But I want my own. I don't want somebody else's.
And I know how you feel about your sister. Come on.
I love my sister.
No, you don't.
I do. That is the truth. And if anybody, probably somebody who just, you know what I think? I think it's just somebody who wants easy blame. And they use that as
Carolina has exposed you like several times this evening. She really has enough for you.
You know what? I've been so lazy-like, I have not said what I could. I am just so disgusted.
What's the word ladylike? There's only one lady in the family.
And what would you say?
This is what I would say. I would say, first of all, I would like to say that I have nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of chocolate passion. After all, I always drink chocolate.
Uh-huh.
But I want you to know that there's something that I heard
What's that?
when I was in Zagnut's at the party before we last saw dear Zagnut. I heard Chocolata Latte arguing, and I heard Zagnut screaming. He was furious because of these false accusations of adultery between Zagnut and me, and he was threatening Chocolata with a lawsuit for defamation of character. So that's what happens sometimes. I mean, it doesn't bother me. You can say about me what you will. I like being the center of attention. However, not everybody else.
You're about to be sued by Zach?
He's threatened, but defamation of character requires some kind of character. And he didn't have any. Besides,
Excuse me.
I only tell the truth. If you tell the truth, they can't sue you for that.
Uh-huh.
But that I never had an affair with Zagnut. Not for want of trying, but I never had one.
Chocolata, there's something I wanted to ask you. You seem to know about everything. Could Almond Joy really have been switching candy wrappers?
Yes, he did. He did.
How did you get them?
He got them from Truffles. Truffles is the one.
That's
who
a
gave him-
lie.
he
That's
gave
a
him the
downright
candy
lie.
wrappers.
How
He
dare
gave
you
him
lie?
access to her
Oh, you
sister's
always tell the truth, do you?
factory.
That you always tell the truth. That's a lie. There's nothing but a lie.
I want to ask somebody about candy wrappers. Cadbury, you're the one that would have the access to them. And we already know that you would sell out your own family. I tend to believe that you were the one that might have been supplying the candy wrappers.
Candy wrappers.
I think that you were taking them from the factory. I think that you were providing them to Almond Joy.
Can you imagine any other easy money than that?
You're being
Candy
paid.
wrappers.
You're being paid to take the candy wrappers.
Yes, I admit it.
Almond Joy, you were paying him to take the candy wrappers.
They were wrappers. They were
I
there.
told you the chocolate was lied when she said it was strawberry.
Yes, you did tell me that.
Easy money.
And
Cadbury, how
July,
could you do that to your own family?
You know what? I was jealous of my brother. I was jealous of his brother, my brother, and all his money, and he was so great, and it was easy money.
Huh?
Cadbury, how could-
Chocolate, could Cadbury have like done anything else for us to do?
He took money from everybody. He took money from Milky Way.
Well,
He took money from everybody.
No, wait a minute.
Yes, he did.
No.
And
That's
I don't
true.
want to hear any
No.
more about you.
He was sending me
No.
money too. He was trying to bribe me.
Well, no, wait a minute.
He wanted to find
I-
out how much we were gonna buy the Candyland for.
Oh, I see. So you
Oh.
got paid by that?
He
And
was
did you
trying
give
to
him the
bat us out.
figure?
Well, he asked me to give him the exact figure what we were gonna buy it for, but I didn't really go bother to look it up. I just told him the number.
Oh, so Milky Way, you paid off February for a made-up number.
Look, all I wanted was a little bit of information. That's all I wanted. You know that, some of these folks know that I'll make donations if folks will sort of support me in my quest.
That's what
And I just needed a little information, that's all.
Huh.
Easy money. That's what it's
I wonder if Cadbury didn't kidnap that baby out of jealousy out of his brother.
called. That's not easy money. Maybe Milky Way did it. If he set up a high enough rent, then we wouldn't be able to buy the land.
Huh.
Now, wait a minute, don't you start pinning this thing on me. I want to talk about this honest boycott over here.
What about?
Well, this guy has always had it out for that Goodbar family.
Oh, I see.
And now, because he wanted to open a candy shop, at their operation, it was denied. I'm going to switch my comments here. I think this guy is guilty of both killing and kidnapping.
Uh-huh.
We don't hear no from you, Arminjoy. You hated this Goodbar family, didn't you?
I didn't hate him. I mean, I hated the fact that he wouldn't look at a shop. I mean, I hated the fact that, you know, that everybody thought he was great. You know, we thought I was great, but I didn't kill him.
You admitted to buying their wrappers and packaging your crap chocolate in their wrappers.
I heard him once say that he thought Zagna ought to be boiled in chocolate and dye with a peppermint stick through his heart.
Oh, my
Oh, no, wait, you're taking that completely out of context. I was just quoting the great writer, Chunky Dickens. And that was a quote from his famous story, A Chocolate Carol.
I see. So you didn't really mean that literally,
I wouldn't mean it literally. Why would I literally mean that?
even though that was boiled in chocolate.
Well, someone maybe heard it. Maybe, oh, chocolate, told somebody. And then they said, oh, they computed out almonds.
Wow. Lady G, who do you think is responsible for this killing and kidnapping?
Come on, boy.
So you think that Armin's responsible for this too?
Definitely come on.
Put a couple more marks over there on Act 2, Act 3, whatever the hell.
Huh.
It's this guy here.
I never did it. I didn't do it.
Truffles,
Yes, he is my dear.
you could have been the killer. You're jealous of Lady G.
I may be jealous of her, but only because she had a child. You know what? Why would I kidnap Ruth? Because she would not be my child because she legitimately belonged, or illegitimately belonged to Zero and Godiva, so I would have no right to her. But the reason I say that, I'm sure Lady Godiva, my sister, you wouldn't accuse me, would you?
Well, I think Aman Joy did kidnap Baby Ruth because of the whole candy wrapper issue, but you've always wanted a child. And perhaps you were just a little on the crazy side tonight. And you might have taken Baby Ruth.
Well, you know what? I have something to say in my self-defense.
What's that? Where are you going? eating grapes?
Well, it turns out she really doesn't like chocolates to eat.
Lady Godiva? You all
She's a vegetarian. She likes fruits and vegetables. And I'm afraid that Zagna found out. And he was furious that he'd be the laughing stock if it came out that his wife.
Yes, Troubles, I did go back to the chocolate factory. And yes, I did have some grapes. I do enjoy my fruits and vegetables. They are much more healthier than eating chocolate all day longer. And she knows my one.
Chocolate?
I didn't do that. I got a horrible toothache.
You have a toothache? No.
Yeah.
But don't
You
you
drag these things, don't you?
Oh dear. But you know, the only thing is
You know
that.
what, Troubles? I think you might have done Zagna.
But no, how
You
can
know,
that?
you were always jealous of me.
Yes, I
You
was.
were jealous of my husband. You were jealous of my business. You were
Yes.
jealous of my baby. You were jealous of me.
That's why I think you came to me.
I think you killed.
All right, you,
No, I'm Zagna.
I've had enough from you two. Look, you broke my heart, and you always had it out for me. And the one person you're not mentioning about this kidnapping, who was the person that wanted Baby Ruth, that wanted to raise her as his own?
Yes,
Mr.
I want to raise
Zero.
her eyes, my own, but I
Mr. Zero did it, and you're lying for him.
No, I did not kidnap. Look, I realize that you said what happened between us was just a one-time thing, but I don't remember every detail about it. I can even remember the day, July 4th, 2012.
That's the date of what?
That's the last time that Lady G and I were with each other.
You guys are together on July 4th, 2012,
Yes.
Lady G?
Yeah, we were enjoying some fireworks.
Question for you.
Yes.
What is Baby Ruth's birthday?
What it was. Oh, I hope it was.
Have you heard anything yet about
Okay, to the point. When's the
Baby
kid's
Ruth
birthday?
was born on July 9th.
July 9th.
2000.
Wait a minute. You got together with Zero on July 5th, and Baby Ruth.
July 4th.
July 4th, and Baby Ruth was born on July 9th. Is she an aunt or something?
Detective Rolo Nunez, what do you think we are? Little ants? I'm not a little
So
pissy
we're
ant?
talking about July 4th, 2012, and the baby being born in 2013?
Yes.
July 9th.
July 9th,
Is Baby Ruth,
2013.
is Baby Ruth an elephant or a whale?
Now you're calling her a whale? What do you think we are?
Zero.
People.
Biology question for you. How long does it take for a human baby to be born?
9 months.
9 months. What is the time difference between July 4th, 2012 and July 9th, 2013?
He's gonna say 0.
370 days.
What are you talking about?
A year and 5 days.
So, you couldn't possibly be the father of Baby Ruth.
Whoever
could you?
said that Zero was the father of Baby Ruth?
Why are you still talking about
Whoever
it?
said? Zero, you're not the father of Baby Ruth.
I'm not surprised.
You're not the father. Oh my goodness. Zero, I said we're having a baby. We're having a baby. I didn't mean you and I are having a baby. I mean Zach and I are having a baby. Oh my word, no.
Lady G,
What?
you've been accepting money from him all the time, knowing he wasn't the father of Baby Ruth.
I didn't accept money from
Well,
I didn't accept money from Zero because he was the baby of Father Ruth. He was the
Yeah, go ahead.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
uncle of
Today's the last thing I
baby.
have in my script. I don't have anything else.
so Lady G, you confused money for my daughter and took that as meaning money for my niece.
Yes. I
Well, that's
was
an
trying to
easy
be
mistake.
kind.
I can certainly understand how one would confuse niece and child.
I can clear this up in a second. I told you that my poor Zero is a nothing. He only shoots blanks.
You know what, Troubles?
How could Baby Ruth ever be at her flanks?
All right, I did it. Okay, I did it.
I have to say, Troubles, we all know, and it's something you've never
Anybody have any questions for these people? Yes.
Milky, why are you always trying to escape?
Well, I've got business to carry out. I don't have time for this. I deal high-end real estate. It takes some time to follow through with these deals.
Pets trees.
Yes.
Do you know how this fine gentleman was murdered? What was used to kill him?
He was smacked in the back of the head with
With a rock.
he bought candy and he was pushed into the vat of chocolate where he was boiled to death.
Now, are there any fingerprints?
No, they were boiled off.
I got one.
Yeah.
Carmela, how do you feel about Zagat possibly taking your husband's job? And you losing out on the money and everything.
Zagat didn't deserve to be mayor. I mean, we all know who the mayor. I hate the mayor, but we all know who the mayor ought to be. I didn't feel good about that, but
Yeah, in fact.
Cadbury, what did you stand to gain by the death of your brother?
Yeah, there's a really good question.
Nothing, it seems. All of my easy money disappears.
Unless you are the father of Baby Ruth.
Oh, good thinking.
Cadbury. Also to Cadbury. How come we have only seen Lady G grieving over the loss of her husband? Where's your grief over the loss of your brother?
See, now that's what I was saying, right after.
I was stunned. I'm sorry.
Oh, you were doing pitches to people. You
And I drowned myself in chocolates and beautiful view that we have.
I don't know, marrying such a dumb piece of thing.
Any other questions?
It's always the wife.
Sorry, we want to have a survey before we reveal who the killer is and the kidnapper.
Just before I take the survey, I just want to remind everybody again, it's the last opportunity to go and purchase tickets for the generous Provincetown Getaway from Nancy and
How many more do you need to sell?
Let's skip the voting.
5 more. Just 5 more.
I'll buy one.
That's 1. Anybody else want one?
Okay.
Try it.
Then, do we really vote?
Lady Godiva. Any votes for Lady Godiva? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cadbury.
Cadbury.
Cadbury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Zero Lint. 0. 1, 2. Ruffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Milky Way.
Just a moment. Put your hand down. Just a hand
Armin Joy. Armin. 1. Chocolate.
Got 2 arms.
And Mayor Butterfingers. Any votes for the mayor?
People love me.
Until they don't vote the same way in the elections.
Well, here's our conclusion. We have no physical evidence in this because it got boiled. So he hasn't been promoted. Milky Way says that he was in back of the factory, sir, before the murder, searching for the rear door so that he could go out and admire that beautiful land that he planned on turning into a toxic dump. And I believe that he was doing that, and that to him, those beautiful toxic smells were the smell of money and wealth. And that the only person standing in his way of that dream coming true was Zagnut. Melky says that he saw Zagnut briefly after leaving the party, and he claims that Zagnut apologized and said, "Oh, here, you can have this land that we've been fighting over that I'm about to buy tomorrow." Well, he's the only witness to that conversation, and I very much doubt that Milky Way ever said such a thing. Could Milky Way have gotten so angry that he smashed Zagnut in the back of the head with rock candy and then pushed him into a vat of chocolate? Milky Way is a crook. He has the mayor in his back pocket. He bribes everybody. He bribes everybody. His business deals are totally corrupt, and he's unfaithful to his long-suffering wife.
It's my loss.
Oh, it's your loss. This loving wife, Joy, no, excuse me. Never mind. So in any case, his wife's not here, and she's suffering having been married to him. Would he have kidnapped Baby Ruth? Well, ransom was for $100 grand, and not for the title of the land next to Candyland. If Milky Way was going to murder somebody, it would have been Zero Lint, who was holding him up for monthly payments. He even admitted that he would love to frame somebody, and I'm assuming that would be Zero on the murder. But if Milky Way is going to kill somebody, he's not going to do it himself. He would have hired somebody else to do it, in the Godfather style, because that way he doesn't have to take the fall. Milky Way did not kill Zagnut, and he did not commit the kidnapping. Now, Mayor Butterfingers. There is no doubt in my mind that Mayor Butterfingers belongs in a prison. Exactly the type of politician the chocolate bill or any other bill doesn't need. There have been all types of stories of corruption from the mayor.
I represent that last comment.
I'm sure you do. And it's no secret that his staff's been called to testify in all kinds of cases. A lot of them have lost their jobs, and they're all just as corrupt as he is. The mayor said that he was in the back of the factory at the time of the murder looking for sweet tarts. And he said he came across Zagnut, who told him that he changed his mind magically about wanting to run for mayor. Once again, a conversation that nobody is a witness to, and it seems to be very convenient, but no, I cannot believe that Zagnut had changed his mind about running for mayor. Does the mayor have a motive for killing Zagnut? Sure. The mayor has never had a job outside of the public sector in his entire life.
I'm proud of that, actually.
He'd die if he ever had to go serve in a job that didn't involve politics. Did he kidnap Baby Ruth? I don't think so, because you know that destroys his political career. He wouldn't do that. And it would make Lady G a sympathetic candidate to run for mayor in her husband's place. Did he kill Zagnut? He had the opportunity. If the mayor, though, was going to destroy Zagnut, it would be the way that he does with everyone who opposes him. He'd kill their reputation, but he wouldn't kill them physically. He's not the murderer, he's not the kidnapper. But he is going to have an interesting evening this evening. Quiet. Cadbury. Cadbury says that he went to the factory before the murder to see if his brother needed any help. He claims to have seen his brother, who said that everything was fine and that he had things under control. Then Cadbury said that he headed back to the party. He forgot to mention something. He forgot to mention what he did in between talking with his brother and going back to the party. That was the sweet romp in the candy hay with truffles in Zagnut's office. Could Zagnut have murdered his brother before his time unwrapping truffles? What could have been the motive? He does love Lady Godiva. Perhaps he wishes that his brother was out of the way so that he could marry her. But would Lady Godiva do that? Clearly, Lady G is not above having affairs, as she did with Sarah. But she never had one with Cadbury, even though there was plenty of opportunity for her to do that. Cadbury is certainly not what one would call an honest man. He may well have been the person that Zagnut shared all his feelings and thoughts with, but I suspect that was a one-way street. Zagnut had no loyalty to anybody except to himself. He was paid to provide the Godiva candy wrappers to Almond Joy, to rip off the good bars. He was paid by Milky Way to turn on his brother, and as it turns out, Cadbury took the money and just made up some figures and gave it to Milky Way. They weren't even the true figures. He ripped off the mayor and Milky Way. He's not even honest in being a traitor. But Cadbury has no real ambition to do anything except for look for the easy way to make money. Killing his own brother does not match that style. And killing his brother might actually have had to lead to him doing more work, which is something that he would want to do, especially in Family Chocolate Bill. He had no reason to kidnap Baby Ruth, and he doesn't have the ambition to kill his brother. He's not the killer, he's not the kidnapper. Now we come to Almond Joy. Hi. Almond Joy says that he was roaming around the factory at the time of the murder looking for the men's room, even though there's plenty of bathrooms much closer than that. He said that during his exploration for the water closet, he saw Zagnut briefly. And he claims that Zagnut said, "Oh, I'm going to reconsider that deal about offer to have Candyland right here, Sugar Daddy's candy store right here in our park." No one was a witness to that conversation, and I doubt very much that Zagnut changed his mind about that, especially since Almond Joy was stealing the candy wrappers and ripping off the good bars. Would he have kidnapped Baby Ruth to help solve this problem? Not really. Would killing Zagnut have helped solve his problem? Well, he had the chance to smack him over the head with rock candy and dump his body into the vat of chocolate. But would he have killed Zagnut and then have his legal problems go away? No, because Lady G's still alive. He's not the kidnapper. He's not the murderer. Then we come to Lady Godiva. Hi. She denies killing her husband when she could have been the killer. She saw truffles in Zagnut's office before the murder, but basically, Lady G says she was back there doing other things. And as we now know, was eating grapes and chocolate milk. That she hates chocolate. She said she didn't see Zagnut. How could she not see her own husband back there? When she knew we had looked for her. It wasn't very hard. And after the argument she had with him earlier in the party about the alleged affair with Truffles, she was pretty angry at him. She didn't go back there to talk it out with him some more. By all accounts, she certainly wasn't happy with him. And I'm not sure she totally believed the story about him not having an affair with Truffles. And let's face it, Lady G is not overly honest. She never told Zero about Baby Ruth, who the father was. She was taking all that money from him. She never told Zagnut about the affair she was having. She accepted tons of money. And she was trying to keep from her husband the fact that she hates chocolate. Would Zagnut have divorced her if he had known? Probably not. He didn't seem like a happy person. But as much as a liar and a cheat as she is, I do believe that deep down she did love her husband. And I think she loved the life that they had been building for themselves. And she needed his help to help run the candy business. She had no motive to kidnap her own daughter. And I don't think she killed her husband. So then becomes a chocolate latte, who always has something to say. And she certainly knows a lot about a lot of people, even if she has to make it up. Well, we really don't know much about her. So let me tell you a little bit about her. She loves talking about other people, but rarely ever speaks about herself. She's been married 3 times, and somehow each of those husbands died in mysterious ways. She was left with a lot of money. We have no proof that she killed any of them, and it didn't happen in Chocolateville. So it's for another police force to consider, and I suspect over the years they have. Chocolate is good.
I look good in black.
3 times over. Chocolata put the blame for the murder and the kidnapping on a whole lot of different people. Was that just her usual gossipy self wanting to be the center of attention? Or was she trying to deflect blame from herself? Cadbury says that Chocolata was in love with Zagnut. They went to school together. But she was married 3 times since then. She probably got over Zagnut. Would she have kidnapped Baby Ruth as revenge because Zagnut was going to sue her? Zagnut was clearly angry at Chocolata's constant rumors that he and Truffles were having an affair, even though they weren't. Truth is, Zagnut may have been the only male outside of me in all of Chocolateville who never had an affair with Truffles.
Can you believe it?
And of this group, he's the only guy who never cheated on his own wife, at least that we know of. Chocolata did not kidnap Baby Ruth. There's no purpose for that. It wasn't going to stop the lawsuit. Killing Zagnut, though, that might make a little more sense. And Chocolata had the opportunity to kill Zagnut. She was hiding back there, watching people coming and going, looking for gossip that she could spread. And it was Chocolata who found Zagnut's body. Did she kill him and try to make it look like an accident? Now we come to Truffles. The Truffles have been killed. She admits she was going into Zagnut's office before the murder, and we know what that was about. It was a meeting with Cadbury. And they both admitted Zagnut came in and saw them in there kissing. And after their meeting, could Truffles have gone to find Zagnut? Maybe. She admits that she loves Zagnut, the only guy that she couldn't have. She had everybody else in Chocolateville. She was sleeping around, no secret about that. Why was she doing that? To get at her husband. The poor suffering Zero. She knew that her husband had had an affair with Lady G. She believed that her husband was the father of Baby Ruth. And every day that just ate at her more and more. How could they have a baby and we can't? I'm stuck with this Zero in here. Lady G's got everything. She's jealous of her own sister. kill Zagna? Well, killing Zagna certainly would have made her sister upset, but it wouldn't have bothered her husband at all, because he wanted Zagna out of the way so she could have Lady G, so he could have her. She would have been doing Zero a big favor. She wasn't going to do that. Here's something you need to know. Baby Ruth was not kidnapped while the party was going on. The kidnapping happened before Truffles showed up to the party tonight. People that were babysitting Baby Ruth were her parents, Lady G's parents, Good and Plenty Perrell. A little while ago, our officers were over there. They were checking out, and neighbors reported seeing a chocolate brown Chevrolet Samore parked in the girl's home. It so happens that the Lynns own an old Chevy Samore. Good and Plenty never heard Truffles come in through the basement door. Never heard Truffles heading to the bedroom where Baby Ruth was sleeping. And Truffles certainly knows how that house works. You want to know $100 grand? Good and Plenty were busy watching their favorite movie, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They had it up loud, so they didn't hear anything that was going on, and they never checked back on Baby Ruth until the movie was over. By that point, Truffles was already here. The party was well underway. They went back there and saw that the baby was missing. No secret that Truffles loves 100 grain bars. She wasn't going to hurt the baby. Matter of fact, the baby was found in their home, sitting in a basket filled with 100 grain bars. Did she kill Zagna? No. But you are guilty of kidnapping. Your kidnapping, by the way, gets you nothing more than a trip to the Jawbreaker State Prison.
Oh, no, that's my sentence.
That's for a jury to decide, and a judge. Now we come to Zero. Zero, I've noticed you've been kind of like scrubbing your face all night. What's wrong with your mouth? Yeah, no problem. The killer's either Zero or it's Chocolata. Open your mouth. You broke it too. No. Open wide, go. Ah. Look at that. Fragments of rock candy. You're the killer. You had the motive. You were jealous of Zagna. You loved Lady Godiva. She wasn't going to dump her husband's throat for you. The final straw was when Chocolata told you that Zagna and Truffles had been having an affair. So there's Zagna walking your way to Lady G, and now you think he's having an affair with your wife. And you know what's amazing? You had no idea that every other male had an affair with your wife. You had no clue. You thought it was just Zagna. The one guy who never had an affair with your wife. And you thought, I'm going to show Lady G that I can raise a child. Here's this money. It's not even your child. You're going to go to prison not just for murder. You're also going to prison for extortion. And then we're going to find out about how we get these two in prison for what's in those documents. But you're the killer. You did it. And you did it for all the wrong reasons. And you know something? You and your wife both get to go to prison. And under the state's new Family Compassion Act, you two will be able to share the same cell.
That's over now.
Put it down. Put it down. sir. You two are gonna look so great together in a small cell. It's gonna just be wonderful. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, put it on her too. Yeah. Yeah. Together. I want to thank all the people who came tonight, and we should have the actors and the actresses tell you who they are, what town they came from, because some people came a long ways to be here. And we're going to draw names for the raffle in just a sec. So let's. And we'll start on that end.
Cece Everly from Quincy.
Doug Lippman from Marshfield.
Van Neo from Quincy.
Nancy Seeley from Weymouth.
Kathleen Benjamin from Rockland. Pam McGrath from Marshfield.
Scott Galbraith from Lincoln.
Wayne Brockman from Bedford.
Steve Wilson from here.
And Pat Flynn from 60 Seconds around the corner.
Thank you all very much.
And the M&M girls.
Oh, we want to thank the M&M girls.
All the people who did everything from the behind the scenes, Sandra, Barbara, and Maggie, and anybody else that had anything to do with this. Thank you all for helping us make this a success.
And for the twisted minds and all of those nooks and crannies.
Okay, now we have to give away some things.
Yeah, we did. We're going to put on the raffle. Sure. All right. For a weekend, the first weekend in May, the winner is Cece, my wife.